Percent increase. There are situations when the percent of change is going to be an increase. Examples are price increases, tips, sales tax, and increases in population. There are two different methods for calculating an increase. Both methods provide the same solution, as you will see in the examples. Use the method that is easier for you. Method 1 is to find the percent of the original price, the increased amount in dollars, then add the increased amount to the original price to find the solution. Method 2 is to add the percent increase to 100% to find the percent you will end up paying. Multiply the updated percent by the original price to find the solution. All the prices in a store are increased by 15%. What is the new price of a shoe that originally sold for $80? Here's an example. All the prices in a store are increased by 15%. What is the new price of a shoe that originally sold for $80? To use method 1, we find the increase. We find the percent of the original price, the increased amount. Alright, so the increase is the original price times 15%. So that's 0.15 times 80, which is $12. The new price will be the original price plus the price increase, which gives us $92. For method 2, we're going to add the percent increase to 100% to find the percent that you're going to end up paying. Multiply the updated percent by the original price to find the solution. So since we're increasing the price by 15%, we start with 100% and then we add the increase, which gives us 115% total. The new price is the original price times the new percentage. So 80 times 115%, which when you move the decimal over 2 is 1.15, gives us a new price of $92. Diners often leave a tip for the person who served them their meal in a restaurant. In the United States, the tip is usually based on a percentage of the cost of the meal, ranging from 15 to 25%. If you want to leave a 20% tip on a restaurant bill of $42, how much would you leave on the table? What would be the total cost of your meal, including the tip? Since we want to know both the amount of the tip and the total cost, we need to use the first method. So to find the tip, we take the cost of the meal and we find 20% of it. So multiply 42 by 0.2 and we get $8.40. That's the tip. To find the total cost of the meal, take the cost of the meal and then add the tip. So 42 plus $8.40 gives us $50.40. Sales tax. An amount of money that is calculated by applying a percentage rate to the taxable price of a sale. Sales taxes are collected by the buyer from the seller, who turns it over to the government. In New Jersey, the sales tax rate is 7%. To calculate sales tax alone, find the percent of the price. That's the amount you owe in addition to the cost of the item. To find the total cost of an item, you must add the sales tax to the cost. Find the sales tax and total cost of a car whose price is $23,500 if the rate of sales tax is 7%. To find 7% of $23,500, we just multiply them together. Convert that percent to a decimal by moving the decimal 2 places to the left, and multiply them together. We see that the sales tax is going to be $1,645. To find the total cost of the car, add the cost of the car plus the sales tax, and we get $25,145. What was the price of a meal if a 15% tip for it was $18? We know the percent tip and the dollar amount, so we can directly solve the second method 1 equation for the meal price, then substitute the value to determine that price. Alright, so here's the equation. Remember, this is the equation to find the tip. So the tip equals the meal price times the tipping percentage. So we can solve this for meal price by dividing both sides by percent tip. So we know that the final tip was $18. We know that the tip percentage was 15%, which converted to a decimal is 0.15. 18 divided by 0.15 gives us a meal price of $120. You and 3 friends had dinner at a restaurant. The cost of the meals is $62, and you want to leave a 15% tip. Calculate the tip. When they arrive at the register, the cashier calculates the sales tax on the meal at a rate of 7%. Determine the sales tax. Note, you need not tip on the tax, so the two calculations are independent. Calculate the total cost of the meal for each of you. So we're going to split this meal 4 ways. All right, so the total price of the meals was $62. The 15% tip, well, we just multiply 0.15 times the meal price and we get a tip of $9.30. To find the tax, we multiply the meal price by the 7% tax, which is 0.07. So that's going to be $4.34. The total cost of the meals is the meal price, $62, plus the tip, plus the tax. That's $75.64. Now, because it's me and 3 friends, we're dividing that total cost by 4 to get everybody owes $18.91. A store is having a 25% off sale on iPods. You purchase one with an original price of $250. The sales tax is 7%. What is the total cost? All right, so we're going to be paying 75% of the original price. This is the second method, remember? So to find the sale price, we take the original price and we multiply it by the percentage that we are going to be paying, 75%. So $249 times 0.75 is $186.75. Then we need to calculate sales tax. So the total price is $186.75. Now we're going to multiply that by 0.07 to calculate the amount of sales tax. The amount of sales tax is $13.07. So then we just add that to the cost and we get a total cost of $199.82.